Rugby league at its finest. Fifita maybe back to the Roosters in 2025 mid-season signing as the Roosters look to get rid of Dom Young and now Brandon Smith. Yes, Brandon Smith, 180k to leave to the Rabbitohs mid-season. Sounds like madness to me. DCE about to sign with the Roosters, which is no surprise there. Fifita gone. Is Desi next? And will the Bears pick up Desi if that happens? Or is it Brad Arthur versus Jason Taylor? And obviously, you got the Ezra Mam drama, what's happening there. And DWZ is back for the Warriors, baby. But is it a great thing or not? Because defensively, he isn't the greatest. Let's get to it right here, right now, on your favourite Rugby League channel. Remember to like and subscribe. Barry Charles Footy Show. Yes, guys and gals, welcome back to the channel. And yes, indeed, the Rugby League world is in absolute suspense all over the show here. Before we get to Fifita, let's just quickly talk about Brandon Smith. Yes, the Rabbitohs are set to have a mid-season signing of Brandon Smith. Is it a good signing? 6 weeks he's still yet before he's even ready to potentially play, and he'll probably take a couple more weeks in reserve grade before he's even ready to play. So that leaves him about 10 games. Is it worth paying 180k for? I'm not so sure. Well, there is talk that he's going to play hooker, which I was absolutely stunned that they're going to play him at hooker. He's either 13 for me, or he's that bench utility that can play either hooker or in the middle tackling gun machine, play 60 minutes. I think that's his best footy. I think that's where he needs to play. He can play 13 for me with a rest in between. That's the way I see Brandon Smith going forward. He's not a hooker, in my opinion. He's a backup hooker if you need be, if you absolutely need someone, but he's not that 80-minute hooker, as proven at the Roosters and was always the case, even with the Storm. He didn't play 80 minutes. So it'll be interesting to see what Wayne Bennett does there. Obviously, they got Lewis Dodd as well. They need to offload him back to the Super League because he's not going anywhere else. Clearly, that looks like it was a mistake. And we've never really seen a half come here and deliver, really. Gareth Woodham's probably the best from that side of the ditch, really. But most of them have just failed miserably, anyone in the fullback in the halves position. George Williams was okay, but yeah, it's mainly the forwards that do well in the NRL from the English side, so we will see how that all plans out. But do I think it's a good signing for the Rabbitohs this season? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to make a difference. I don't see them making the top 8 just because he comes along. It's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out for me. I'm just not 100% sure it's a great signing, and I wouldn't be paying 180k. You hope that drops. Yes, David Fifita, folks. Fifita back to the Roosters. Well, he had shaped the deal and walked away. While apparently it's back on again because they can get him at a lower rate. That is why the pressure is to get rid of Young and Brandon Smith right here, right now, to make a play for Fifita this season. There's also rumours it could be someone else. We'll get to that shortly. But yeah, for me, yeah, Fifita was going to go there. And if they got him for half price than what they originally did, well, then it's a steal. And it's definitely in the Roosters' armoury to look at that. And I think potentially it could happen. But other teams that could go for David Fifita, well, clearly the Canberra Raiders, the Panthers. You can name a whole lot of teams. The Dolphins, I'd say, will be in the running for that. The new teams, but yes, it'll be just, you'd have to go to a good coach who can deliver if you want this to happen. But to me, from all the talk I've heard around David Fifita, is that he doesn't work hard enough. And in this game, you get taken out and spit it out if you don't work hard enough. You look at players like Tony Williams, Josh Schuster, Sione Faumuina. The list just goes on and on and on. And players that have all the talent in the world, but they stuff it up because they don't take the game seriously or just absolutely just play for fun and don't go hard work. You look at a player like Cooper Cronk. You could argue he's one of the best halfbacks to ever play the game, and he did it through hard work, where some other players maybe didn't do it as hard and got to where they were on brute talent. So that's a good example of a player that has gone above probably his ability because he worked hard to improve, which some players in the NRL don't do that, and that is the question mark on them going forward. Yes, what about Dizzy? Is it time for him to ship out? See you later, bye-bye? I think so. But there is but yeah, Dizzy to me just doesn't seem to be able to get the culture of the Titans. Justin Holbrook was okay, but no one seems to get it. They might need a more chilled out coach there. Someone that's got a bit more composure, maybe. I'm not sure. These hands of mind games are certainly not working there, and I think we're going to see you later shortly. Yes, what about the Roosters though? Who are they actually signing? Because there's a lot of talk out there. DC looks the easiest out, but is there a point to push for Galvin? I don't think so. Not with Moses as the captain, but there is talk that Galvin is a possibility, but it can't be the case, I don't think. It'll be an absolute mind boggle if they got him. But yeah, it most likely looks like DCE, potentially for Fifita. But there is talk about Manu in the background. Yes, Joseph Manu. I'm just not sure where that case is. I'm expecting he's going to go to New Zealand somewhere, whether that's the Chiefs or the Blues, or he goes and plays for the Warriors. Well, I'm not sure where the Warriors fit him in, but anyway, that's up to the Warriors to sort out. Maybe Roger is let go. It's going to be an interesting future if that actually happened. Yeah, what do I see the future happening here for the Bears, folks? Who is going to be the coach? If Des Hasler got the sack, would you put him there? I don't think so. I think you got to look at Arthur's. Brad Arthur? Yes, I understand it. And big talk around Jason Taylor there from the Bears, as I've said before on this channel. I love to see him be the coach of the team. He's a North Sydney Bears great. You can argue he struggled when he has been head coach, and that could be proven case and why he shouldn't get there. But I like the nostalgia factor, and it would be just good for the thing. And he's with the team at the moment; they're on top of the table, so it makes some sort of sense. But I would be his large coaching gig, I can guarantee you that. But it probably makes more sense to go with a Brad Arthur. Yes, what else is happening is the Warriors. Yes, we go Warriors first. The Warriors, DWZ is back. And people are celebrating. Hold the tape. Hold the recorder. Don't get too excited yet, folks, because it could all derail with DWZ back in. Yes, he's a good attacker, but he reminds me of a Dominic Young, Manu Fativai type player, defensively absolute rubbish. He always lets in tries. He let in tries in the grand final. Well, not the grand final. When I was at the game at Penrith, when they absolutely needed him to defensively, when Johnson didn't play, he was just absolutely bamboozled in defence. That is the big question in the big games. DWC struggles in the defence, and that could cost them come the back end of the season. That's my concern. Can Webster get the best out of him defensively? That is the big thing the Warriors need with him coming back into the team, because it could derail their great start to the season. We will see. Ezra Mam. Yes, Ezra Mam back on deck, but he's playing for South Lowlands in the Queensland Cup. Do you think that's the right decision? I don't think so. I think he could have gone straight into the Broncos team. Even if he wasn't fully fit, he could have played 60 minutes, and then Ben Hunt plays hooker for the last, not play 5'8" for the last 20 minutes. I think they could have done that and just got him going. So he's getting into the game plan, what everything works before Origin happens when the players go out, because they're going to need him big time, especially if they lose Kerrigan, Hunt. They're going to lose quite a few players, so Cobbo maybe. There's going to be some things they're going to have to juggle in their team to get themselves going. But Ezra Mam really needs to show he is remorseful, because that is the question mark over this. And I don't want to go down a rabbit hole of all this rugby league, but punishments for stuff like this has been absolutely rubbish of late. 9 weeks for him. Adam Carr got a week or something for his cocaine. Reece Walsh gets a slap in the wrist. I mean, Sandal Earl must be just joking, right? He just got something ridiculous, and he gets 4 years. Wendell Sailor was the same. I mean, it's absolute madness the way they just treating drugs at the moment. Might as well just say it's lollies, because the NRL aren't doing anything about it. I'm disappointed in that, and they just seem to not care. And it continues to happen again. And it go all the way back to Andrew Johns. It's a continuous thing in the game. Brett Stewart, it just keeps happening, and it's just happening rubbish. But anyway, instead of going down that rabbit hole, Rugby League is about to happen. Yes, the Rugby League, the greatest game of all. That is the Barry Charles Footy Show for this episode. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll be back with another video soon.